Order submitted. Order filled. Order cancelled. Order submitted. Order filled. Order cancelled.
Alright, yeah, sorry about that. Thank you for that save. You just saved me there. Um, yeah, so I was saying, I know who you are. I don't know if you remember, we used to use like Google Hangouts and stuff. So I do know your name a little bit. At least I recognize that. um, and you finally get to see me. So, yeah, I was just saying, I don't know if you know what prop trading is versus like normal trading. Um, I think a lot of people look at it as like a lower cost way to trade and still make money. Yeah, dude, it's been a long time. So, this account here is like, I paid like $40 to be able to trade with $50,000 worth. And then if I get to a certain point on this, then um, they upgrade my account to like a performance account, which then I just have to do the same thing again one more time, and then I can start getting paid from that account. So it's like a lot of people see it as like, oh, for like $40, $50, you can end up making like 2,000, but you need to learn how to trade and stuff first, really, because they have so many rules around the trading that it's not necessarily straightforward. It's not just trading; it's more of a game. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you got to get some good
Order
trades.
submitted.
So I made this thing here that just like automatically tracks any manual entries I have and then tries to trade off of them. But I realized my strategy here even uh, will get me. It goes against the rules right now, because this current account that I have is only allowed to have up to 100 like shares or contracts at one time. And my current
Order filled.
strategy goes up to 100, right? But there's like a hidden rule that they have where you can actually only go to half of the amount you're allocated until you've exceeded that threshold they want you to exceed. But they don't tell you that. So it's like stuff like that that makes it more of a game than just trading. I mean, okay, they do tell you it, but here I have the links. Yeah, so I've been working on this little thing. Here it is in Visual Studio. But yeah, I mean, PineScript and InduScript are
Order
kind of
canceled.
close, you know. So I don't know PineScript. I have been working on InduScript here.
Order submitted.
But here are some of these links, like this.
Order filled.
Cursor's good. I have Cursor. Cursor's better than ChatGPT, I think. But still, there's some problems there. Okay, here's this link. See, they don't tell you any of this. Like, not tell you. Like, when you're trading, if you lose enough, your account gets locked, right? But there's no other ways to tell if you lose or run against the rules, so. But yeah, let me see. Yeah, here's my cursor.
Order submitted. Order canceled.
With ChatGPT both, they
Order submitted.
They kind of know it, but sometimes they're just wrong. Like, and they'll say it,
Order
and it's like
filled.
so close to being right.
Order
that it's hard
canceled.
To find
Order submitted.
the answer, and you have to like ask them like 5 more times and tell them which parts are wrong. So that part's kind of annoying. But it's definitely faster than searching on Google, because like the way the things are documented, it's usually on like forums and stuff. But yeah, it has to be tweaked a lot. But yeah, so I mean, my stream has been mostly me. The past couple weeks
Order
been
filled.
programming, which has kind of been boring for people because, you know, it's hard to do the line-by-line coding and make that entertaining. But we're finally actually getting to test some of the strategies. So we're hoping that these start to do well. I really do need to refine this though, because if I pass this account using this strategy... Sweet, thanks dude, yeah, follow up. Also, well, I'll finish what I was saying. If I pass this now with this strategy, I can't use the same strategy on my performance account.
Order filled.
Because it's using the full range of contracts that I have available to me. So I can't do that.
Order submitted. Order filled. Order
something else
filled.
happened there. It messed up changing its orders. So that's also something I need to work on. But yeah, dude, I got this going, and then the other thing I got is I've been working on. Where is it? Where is it? Sorry, here it is. This is where I track all my stuff. I made this website to, I mean, it's WSO prop trading, World Series prop trading, but really any trading stuff can work here. But I made this for like me and friends to start tracking stuff. I've been tracking my strategy in here. with some updates to my code or like thoughts on it. So if you wanted to get more than just the YouTube channel and actually be able to talk to like other people who are trading, there are people here who are bringing in like there's some strategies that people post in their trading journal. Yeah, dude, sweet. Alright, I'm going to keep seeing. So my goal here, this account starts at 50,000 and it has a $2,500 drawdown. So what that means is I can lose up to $2,500 before my account gets liquidated. So if I lose $2,500, account's gone. So on the opposite end, if I make $2,500, the account is passed. Or maybe it might be 3,000 at this point. I think it's 2,500 is the safety net, and then 500 on top of that for passing the account. So I need to get this to 53, basically.
Order submitted.
But then they have rules where it's like that 3,000, the plus 3,000 needs to be spread out. It can't be all on one day. So I'll probably just do this and get it up 1,000. So the bot, okay,
Order
the
filled.
reason I made my bot this way is, I know a lot about botting, and I know a lot about the rules of botting and what is good and what will get you banned. And so for Apex, they actually say that full automation will get you banned. So that's why I made this way. It's like I manually enter, but then it takes care of the rest for me. So like the goal, I guess the plan is to, for this at least, for prop trading, because of the rules. Yeah. For the prop trading and the rules, it's like you can only trade in the day. Yeah, all your stuff has to be closed by the end of the day.
Order canceled.
There's like so many rules that I'm trying to stick to, but one of the biggest ones is you can't fully automate. So even though they have all these automation tools, if you fully automate, your account will get banned. So this instead is not fully automatic because I have to click a button to buy or sell.
Order
but then
submitted.
everything after that is automated. So yeah, my bot will do the rest. Like if I hit sell, down here you can see this is the output, this log right here. It will create these orders here that are basically re-entering the position. So like I hit sell, I'm shorting. If this 4 gets hit, it adds 4 more to that position and it needs to go down, right? So basically this is creating like a buffer of price action that it can move up, even though I'm betting that it's going to go down. And then when it goes down, if it hits a certain point, it will start to, it'll create like an order there to sell or whatever, exit the strategy. But if the price gets better and better, it will follow that, or it should. So something that
Order
happened previously,
canceled.
I don't know why it didn't follow. I had to hit close like a minute ago.
Order submitted.
But yeah, so this strategy is still in progress. The
Order
way that
filled.
these orders get placed and staggered out needs to be adjusted so that it's not using the max amount of contracts. But really what I think has to happen is I'm going to have to go to like, so they have
Order canceled.
different level accounts. I think the 300K is what I have to go to. It's like their biggest account, but you can trade 350. Your profit goal is 20,000 and you can lose 7,500. So it gives me a bit more room to lose
Order
and a lot
submitted.
more room in terms of number of trades I can use. But it is more expensive. If I get that account though, my idea is I can get this account when they have like they have deals sometimes for the price. Like you can see this price right here. If I type in someone's coupon code and
Order filled.
hit next or whatever, it's like $80, which isn't too bad. But then $198.50 for each month after that, right? So a lot of people, they get an account, they pass the account, they get the payout, and then they close the account because it's cheaper to just go and buy a new one versus paying that monthly subscription. But sometimes they have deals where this, instead of a monthly,
order
turns
canceled.
into a lifetime fee, and it'll be like half the price. So it's like you pay initial 70 or 40 or whatever bucks, and then you pay $100 once, and then you have that account as long as you don't blow it up, as long as you don't lose so much money on it that they have to liquidate it. So I could potentially pay for one of these accounts and have like very minimal payments to keep this account going, just a couple $100, maybe $100 a year or something like that, and then be making anything over the initial $20,000 I earn on that. All of that beyond that first $20,000 could be profit. So something else you can do also, like once this strategy is good,
order submitted.
I can copy this and make 20 different accounts and copy all my trades to all of them. So basically multiplying your winnings by 20. 20, I'm saying 20, that's the max number of accounts you can get for Apex. I could do 20 accounts through them and 20 accounts through another, but right now we're gonna get it all working, and then
order submitted.
Then actually, yeah, it's pretty good. There are a lot of rules though, so I'd say like I think the statistic is like 80 or 90% of people, or 80% or 90% of accounts are buy Like 80 to 90% of the people that are trying this, they just go in and they hit buy or sell, and then it instantly will like go the wrong way, and they will lose so much money that they have to go buy a new account. So it's kind of like if you go into a casino and you know how to play poker, versus you're just going to a casino for fun.
Order canceled.
And the people who know how to play poker are probably going to do better. So yeah, definitely. I mean, you said you were learning, but they have like a sim account too you could trade on to learn.
Order submitted.
But yeah, the goal is to get this going, and then maybe it's just like an hour or two a day just watching. And at some point, I mean, honestly, moving away from prop trading and going to normal trading, if everything is showing, yeah, but if everything's showing that your strategy is good, like,
order filled,
I'd probably go to like my own account. I think the main benefit of having a prop firm is that they have the money to trade with. So if you don't have the money to trade with, then you can
order canceled. Order submitted.
And if you do well enough, they actually will pay you, in a sense, to trade with their actual money. So if your accounts get approved, and then that account, like you have an eval account, a performance account, and
order
then there's a live
filled.
account. The performance account is what everyone aims to get, because that's the one where they get the payouts. But if you do well enough on the performance
order
accounts,
submitted.
they ask you to go to a live account,
order
which
canceled.
is basically like trade with their money.
Order submitted.
Yeah, that's where I'm at. That's exactly what I was thinking too. Yeah,
order canceled.
Some new comments I gotta go deal with on my videos in a sec, but yeah, dude.
Order
so
submitted.
Okay, so say I tried to cap this at $1,000 a day, realized P&L.
Order canceled.
once I get to 53, I can request a payment up to
Order
like
submitted.
55, I think. So like the first $2,000. For the first 5 payments, I think it can only be up to like
Order
$2,000 or
filled.
$2,500. But if you have an account and you're just making $1,000 every day,
Order
that's pretty
submit.
good.
Order canceled.
They
Order
do have another
submitted.
rule where you can't ask for payments until 8 days have passed. So like if you ask for a payment, you have to wait another 8 days before you ask for another payment or payout. So basically it's like you have a week to get your money back up. So every 8 days you could be getting huge payouts from these if you were really locked in and getting it all working perfectly and stuff. So yeah, we're gonna keep trying to do that. So I don't know if you see, but this green line right here, where my mouse is the actual
Order
anticipated
filled.
stop market, where it like takes the profit, or at least the starting point of where it would trail. And that does adjust also as these limits get hit. So you can see earlier it was further away from our break-even point because we were aiming for 10. But then since our first limit got hit, I think it halved it. It's now aiming for plus 5 points. So I started testing this specific strategy like probably last Friday. I've been working on it for a little bit. Like if we look at,
Order canceled.
let's see the stream history. Five days ago is when I started, but testing it on SimAccount a couple days before that. But so far,
Order submitted.
it's pretty good. A lot of people immediately are against this strategy I have going. I gotta make a video to put up that actually like details this, so people can like have a spot to go and watch and actually know what I'm talking about. Because when I'm talking about it on stream, it's like kind of all over the place sometimes. But this is a lot of people compare what I'm trying to do to a martingale strategy, which I don't know if you know what that is. But it's basically a very well-known casino/gambling strategy. With the idea that every time you lose, you just double down, so that the next time you win, you make back all the money that you've lost. Yeah, so it's martingale strategy. Double your bet after every loss. So it's foolproof. But a lot of people
Order
think,
canceled.
It's problematic.
Order submitted.
They are saying it's mathematically flawed and extremely dangerous for gamblers with limited funds. So the reality of it is, it's not mathematically flawed. That's why it's so appealing. I don't know why it's saying it's mathematically flawed. Let's see why it's... Okay. Of course that's...
Order canceled.
But,
Order submitted.
Kinda like staking. I treat this more like how I treat the Grand Exchange, dude, honestly. But I'm doing that at a different scale than this. In RuneScape, the Grand Exchange, the trading I'm doing on there is more like a hedge fund. It's more like making the market versus being a retail
Order
trader
submitted.
for some of the items. But this is, yeah, basically price goes down, but I think it's going up. I buy more.
Order filled.
Yeah. So it works if you have infinite money. Look, is it a good strategy? No, it's not sound or profitable strategy in the long run. The reason they say that is because people are using it in the casino. Notice why it fails. Your bankroll risk. You can work with that, right? But the real limits are the table limits and the gambler's fallacy, which we're not worried about that. This bankroll risk, obviously, we have to manage,
Order
but the table
canceled.
limits are like the real things. I mean, this is actually what I was just running into. Why I was saying I need to get the
Order submitted.
300K account, because they have the table limits basically of 100 contracts, basically 50 contracts actually, while I'm trading actively. So the 300K account would be better for that. But the other thing with the martingale strategy that is different when it comes to casinos versus the market. So if you have your casino and you're going there and you're trading, and your bet was like 10,
Order
right?
Order
And the
canceled.
idea is that it's going to double it. Right, so you say you lose that first one. Now you go and you put 20 in, right? So now you have 30 invested and you can only make 40, right? So you're making 10 there, and the risk is higher because you're putting more of your capital in.
Order submitted.
Now the issue with the casino is this number is static, right? Basically, when you place your bet, it's not going to go up. You're going to win the bet and get
Order
the amount of
filled.
money you expect, or lose the bet and lose the amount of money you expect. Now when it comes to the market and the way that you can adjust your limits while the market's moving, this is how it's very different from the martingale strategy. So I could put, my money in at one point. The market's going up and down and up and down.
Order canceled.
But say I'm shorting, and the point I want to short at is right here, and I bought here, right? Goes down, it goes up. We might go up past it. We hit our thing and we lose, right? We lose for a sec. But we bought more, and then it goes down. When it hits this point, we don't necessarily just double. It's trailing. So if this drops down there, we can literally quintuple or whatever. Like, it's so much more that you can get when it drops like that, that if you have that, I probably need to stop trading on this account today. That when you have that, it kind of does counter a bit of that risk in the martingale. Yeah, the casino, like the strategy people are talking about is literally because it's a game with rules. But like if you took this to a market that had way less rules, like a RuneScape market, or for example the crypto market. The crypto market has way less rules. You can just hop on an exchange and do whatever you want, basically. It works there. That's where I've done it, and that's where I'm taking inspiration from to try to make it for this. Now, I didn't fully automate it when I did it, but when I was working on it with the crypto market, it was great. It was actually great. And like, I don't see... The other issue with this strategy is if your asset goes to 0. Yeah. Dude, we're close. I mean, I can do that and then immediately blow up my account tomorrow or something, but... So I have to be smart about it now. But, yeah. What was I just saying? Oh, shoot, dude. why this is still better. Yeah, the bankroll and table limits definitely are annoying. But yeah, so it's not exactly the martingale strategy, right? I called this one the Hydra, with the idea that cut one head off, two more grow, you know? So if one of my orders gets hit, if I'm losing, right, one head gets cut off, I buy more. And then it comes back even stronger. That's why I went with that name. But just like the mythical Hydra, there is a Hercules that can kill the Hydra. You swing and sweep off all of the heads at once, maybe. I mean, this guy, I think he like burned them, cauterized them shut or whatever. I forget exactly how he did it. But yeah, that idea kind of does exist for me too, where if there is a large enough drop, it could still cause some problems. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna
Order
keep going
submitted.
with this count. I like this strategy. So my next goal, yeah, the Hydra, it's a little bit better than Martingale, in my eyes. Definitely still needs a lot of work. Oh, I'm the Hydra right now, yeah. But I'm not trying to attack people, man, so there's no reason for Hercules to come attack me.
Order canceled.
Yeah. Still some refinement to be done.
Order submitted.
Yeah, so I don't know if you see, I do have a couple other charts up. This one is like the daily, and this one is 10 minute. I swap around the price sometimes on these, or not the price, the time frame. But overall, I kind of use these to indicate to myself where the market's going. I'm also looking at the RSI. Like right now, this is showing it is more bought than sold. So it probably will flip soon to more sold than bought. Like it will go down and back up. Like it's not overbought right now. Nice. But yeah, I use these to figure that out. Yo, is your brother still making music?
Order canceled.
I still have that song. I know you sent me a song a while ago. But fully in trading? Nice, that's cool. Is he doing it like that's his job, or
order submitted.
Side quest. Nice. Yeah,
Order
I have
filled.
so many side quests I'm working on. I'm trying to work on the main quest right now. So actually in a couple weeks, I'm going to Korea, to South Korea, to work on some other stuff, like, yeah. We're working on trading stuff there. We're going to work on, like, indicators. I'll still be trading, like, every day and streaming that, but, the idea that we can build out some
canceled.
indicators for us to use, or for other people in the community to use.
Order submitted.
Yeah, we got to get together and work. But yeah, so yeah, we're getting there.
Order filled.
November. So like, I think November 1st to December 1st, you know. Right now with this trade, I'm watching this number right here, just to kind of see how much it's moving. Yo, Mr. Burp, it's been a minute. Suburb, you missed a couple rough days, but it's doing better. There are some things I learned though that I want to share. Been locked in. No, that's good. my my strat, like, it has the limits and then it has like a stop market it makes, and there were some times where the stop market was like trying to set itself and it would freeze. And
Order filled.
Yeah, I got a couple accounts cooked, but this one's going pretty good. So I did learn some stuff though. Oh my gosh, this trade. Oh my gosh, yeah, that's insane. That's not good for for an auto scaling thing to do accidentally. I learned that damn, yeah, that sucks. Dude, how is this not getting hit? Like this, I don't know why this order here is here. Like this is the part. This order was hit, kind of.
Order cancelled.
Ninja Trader was just like frozen there. It showed me frozen in a position. But the code is it's going pretty well. It's a lot cleaner. Here, I'll quickly show you. I mean, this is like the config stuff, but I'm just updating the position. I can actually get rid of this now. Yeah, it's looking a lot cleaner. Open new position, add to position, handle position change, close position. This is if the limits get hit. This creates limit orders, on order updates, and on bar updates, and on market update. But it's all commented now and clean. The main things are these now that I need to actually pay attention to. So although the strategy works, I'd say, there are some rules that I wasn't really fully aware of. So like this one's a big one. Contract scaling rule. So traders are restricted to trading half of their maximum allowed contracts until they reach the trailing threshold stop. So what that means is for the 50K account, I'd have to get to 52,500 before I could use all 100 contracts. I'd have to stay at 50 or lower. And so I messaged Apex to ask about this, and they said on eval accounts it's not tracked, it doesn't matter. But on performance accounts, you know, if your eval gets approved and your performance account is now the one you're trading on, this rule does take into effect. So as soon as you start trading your performance account, you should not go above half the amount until you've made that much money, right? So, but they don't have any way to tell you that. There's no indication of that. It's you have to know, right? So if you had like an automated strategy going, you could easily break that rule. So this is something that I need to code into it. Because of this, I'm thinking I have to use this strategy on a 300K account. I think I need to go to their biggest account with the most contract volume so that I actually have room to work. Yeah, so that's one. They do have single violation penalty. Expected to immediately close the contract, or you just get denied a payout. So that's one. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm gonna do. Like, actually have to just track that. Because the other thing that I need to track is this. Like, I literally just have to track the account balance. So this is one I had to actually ask Apex about as well. 30% negative P&L rule, maximum adverse excursion. So you can only incur any one single trade can only incur up to 29, 30% of the account's profit balance at the start of the day. I said 29 so you don't hit the 30. So it's like one trade. Now, what I wanted to know is, all right, yeah, sounds good, Miko. Good luck out there, and yeah, let me know how your trading goes, and if your brother gets into it too. But yeah, we're yeah, of course, yeah. That's what we're here for, just to talk about stuff and learn, share the info. But right, okay, so I was talking about this. The thing that's not clear here is this. On any single trade, what do they mean by trade? Do they mean when I buy one contract, one transaction, or one position, like when I'm in a position and it's open and then I close? So I had to email them, and so if you are going in accordance with my strategy where we are like averaging down basically, each of those averages is its own trade. Each time you hit like buy or whatever is its own trade, right? So if you initially buy one, and then my strategy, it scales, it goes down to -5 points or whatever, and it buys 5 more or 4 more, that's a second trade, right? Even though I'm going to sell them all at the same time, that's the second trade. So the one trade is when I'm buying them. So yeah, I saw this by accident, and then I started going into a rabbit hole trying to make sure I have every rule. So for this, yeah, like one trade, one contract. Say my profit was at like $1,000 tomorrow or whatever. So if I trade one contract, it can't go -300, right? One contract on MNQ is going to be very hard to get that low. But if I had a larger entry, it would be easier to hit that. So when it goes to +4, the +25, the +75, that's the one that could potentially have that. So I will have to look at how to account for this. Yeah, if you have rules like this, like MFF might have them too, so definitely good to look. Because here's another one that is completely vague. Like, I mean, it's not vague, but it is, but it isn't, but it is. For every trade you make, your stop loss should not exceed 5 times the amount of your profit target. Now, what they're saying is, the rule is, actually, you have to have a stop loss for every trade. That's the rule. Now, you need to prove that you're following this rule. But the issue is, in their rules for the stop loss that they're making, yeah, you couldn't do it here. But also their rules talk about how you can have the mental stop loss as long as it's there. And if you miss it, you miss it, right? But you're supposed to be paying attention, hitting it. So, like, but yeah, so there's like those are like the main three things that I need to like really pay attention to here. But if we go here, what I was looking at was this basically. This is what's important. Obviously, one direction and hedging, we can't do that in NinjaTrader. It won't let us. Unless maybe we were to open up. Yeah, honestly, Mr. Burp, the more I've been like, the more I've been reading these rules, the more I'm like, this is literally just a game. Like, oh my gosh. Yeah, like when I had this running. See, the issue is I've never been able to fully dive in and work on this code to the extent that I needed to for myself to make it an actual job. Like there were periods of time where I had a lot of time to work on it, and I did. But then it got to a point where it's like, but I need more time to work on it. Yeah, exactly. So like I've done plenty of testing too on like the crypto stuff, and I just needed more time to work on it. So now we're here. And I'm working on a NinjaTrader here. But I think like the math and stuff, I'll probably take this and apply it to those other markets I was talking about. Yeah. No, it'd be cool. Yeah, basically, for me, I had like a year where I worked on my trading stuff, and then a couple of years off, and then I came back to it. So, trading stuff being crypto trading, I've always worked on the RuneScape trading stuff. See, that's the other thing, dude. Like, you're saying that. But that's why they have these rules. The contract scaling is so that you can't just enter and, like, yeah, I know, exactly. Like, you have to hit the escape velocity in the live markets. Like, these rules are literally just meant so that you don't blast out of that like range and then work fine, because then you're just making money from them, if you know what I mean, right? Because these eval and performance accounts, they're not using real money. The live accounts would, but so yeah, it's not just trailing drawdown. There's, you know, those individual drawdowns. But this is a pretty good day one on this chart here. I think right now my strategy is good enough where I can use it when the bars are not moving like this. So like, I'd probably hit sell here, but it might drop too fast. And like, yeah, I'd win. But this is the issue where the strategy would then fail to set the stop order correctly, and then I'd get stuck in a spot in the market where I could lose everything. That's what happened like the last couple times. So that's why I'm kind of hesitant to continue trading on this account, even though it did do so well today. I tried to fix that. So I have like in here there's like on bar update, which is every time the bar updates, but then there's also on market data, and that's where I moved the trade submission to. So it should be sending them. But I think the issue is that it's actually probably this. So looking at order state rejected. So if the order is null or not null, if something happens and the order is messed up and it's sitting there as like rejected, it's supposed to reset it. But it's probably, there's another order state that I should be looking for to reset it. Because here in our log, it creates it. It got rejected because the timing. That's inescapable. This error is inescapable. This one will always be something that can happen if you're trading on high frequency right around the market price like I am. So instead, what we have to do is we look at the rejected state, see it's rejected, set it to null, and then it creates it. Now, it thinks it created it, but that one may have not gone through. I don't know, man. This is where it actually had the issue. This is because I closed it there. That looks like it was actually fine. This, don't know why. I did comment out like a lot of my print statements because it was just so much, but yeah, no, I'm feeling pretty well, or pretty good about this. So right now, yeah, this drawing, dude. Say we had a market. We're going back to drawing the market like I've drawn in the past. Oh, not that. The depth of market. Okay, that's not the best curve there. Please forgive. So we got something like this. And so right now, when we enter right here, it's placing a buy like right here, and then it goes like right here. Oh my god. It's 1 pixel, dude. How am I messing this up so bad? Okay, and then it goes like right here, right? So, and then we have our predicted stop market. Like right here. So what I want to do, 1, 2, 3, these limit orders here, we're gonna have a max of 350 on the 300K count. So really, 175. Wow. Instead of doing 1, 4, 25, 75, I'd like it to look a bit more like a parabola. Like I kind of want it to look more, oh my gosh, dude, I gotta do the curved line thing, dude. I cannot draw this parabola. I kind of want it to be able to go further back, right? Oh my god, these lines. Further back, and then it would look more like that, maybe. I don't know. There's a way to do it though. But the idea would be that the trades are going to be more spread out. And that would be nice because we're missing a lot of action right now. So like if the price falls 5, we hit that first limit. But then if it only falls, 5 more, we don't hit the next one. But it still fell 5 and we could have like averaged our position down more there. So if we have them spread out a bit more, it will give us more frequent opportunities to exit the market because we'll have more spots where we buy and then can quickly flip, instead of having to wait for it to go one, or fall here and flip, fall here and flip, fall here and flip. You can go to like any of the 20 in between. So that's the goal for that. The other thing that definitely needs to be accounted for, currently right now we do all of our trades and we're looking at P&L. It is possible to have a positive P&L and still be negative because of fees, the trade fees. So if I have 100 contracts and I'm at 0.25 positive points, I'm still in the negative. So I did a bunch of research, I tried, and there's no way to actually programmatically pull the fees that you're seeing. Like when I'm making trades and I'm seeing gross versus realized, I don't know how to get those. I see that you can make commissions charts in here, and that applies them when you're doing like your back testing and stuff, or the sim. But when you're actually trading, NinjaTrader is not like keeping track of that. It's relying on the broker to know how much they are supposed to like deduct and then like return the actual price back to you. So all I can really do is hard code that in by looking at whatever market I'm currently on and just making that like a parameter value that I can hard code in. Yeah, so that is the other thing that I need to do. But overall, the code is going really well. I mean, we made 1,300 today. Pretty good. Just have to be really safe. Yo, cursor, nice. Did you make a YouTube scraper or something to get those videos for you? Which part's confusing? Phone apps are a lot. Like, I've made phone apps, I've made That's cool. I don't think I have it installed on here. I made this thing. Gotcha. Actually, I don't have it on this computer. I have it on my other one. Yeah, for sure. I don't use GitHub with Cursor. So I use GitHub, but I don't use GitHub with Cursor. So when I'm working on a project, I push all of my stuff to Git, and then I let Cursor work, and then I go through and fix all the issues it made, or revert everything it did back to the last push. That's when I use it, but I don't let it commit. Yeah, that stuff is definitely it's annoying. I learned it through this SVN, subversion. So this is how I first learned this, and this was just like on Linux, just works in the command line and you're just typing those commands. But when you go to GitHub, they have like the full like visual user interface that's a lot nicer now, so that's kind of what I use. But yeah, Cursor, mostly I have this window open, this, and this. I have no idea what everything else does. Yeah, that's pretty good. I haven't gotten that far into it. I don't trust these agents. You know. I think when it comes to small stuff like strategies, it's good. But if you start to make something that's like large scale, like enterprise level, like you have so many things going on, it's pretty rough. It needs like very specific context to do it well. So, but it is helpful. It is helpful, definitely. All right. So what were we looking at here? Nice. Very nice. Very nice. Yeah, that's cool. Dude, it's come such a long way. Computers and stuff like that. I'm always amazed when people refuse to think that technology is going to get even crazier. Yeah, so I do think a 300K account is where it's at for this algorithm. Whoa. Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah. I've tried thinking about that too. Um, I think at a certain point, the market, I mean, it's evolving always, but it's going to evolve constantly at a very fast pace. Strategies that worked a couple days ago will no longer work because all the patterns will break. Yeah. They're going to be trading so fast, following each pattern and just like figure out things. Um, yeah, dude, at a certain point, money is just going to become like useless. And by that, I mean like the imbalance is going to be so great. We just need to move to like a universal credit system that the AI will give us. It doesn't care about money, it just gives us credits to trade with each other. And then, universal basic income would be, I mean, it should be implemented by then, but if not, it will be implemented by then. Or the mass amounts of people who can't live comfortably anymore will just flip out and start pouring water on all the servers. Yeah, I think patterns will break because you're going to have people, bots, that are like, look at this pattern. And then they're going to start trading it. But what's going to happen is other people see that and start trading it too. And then that pattern's broken. It creates a new pattern. And that's just going to happen repeatedly, very quickly. So then all you really can do is the Hydra strategy, where it doesn't matter about pattern. I don't know, dude. Just always buy Bitcoin. Okay? If AGI comes across, they're going to be the ones using Bitcoin because in terms of like its security, they would be in full control. And then there would be no incentive to destroy the network because they'd be the ones fully in control. They'd want it to be in a spot that's usable, or they'd take it offline completely because they have no use for currency because they just rule everything at that point. Whoa, that's pretty crazy. Cashback in Bitcoin. I wonder how that works. Because, like, okay, say you get cash back from, like, your normal Visa card or whatever. I don't know. Usually those are, like, points, right? Not seen as real money. I don't know the tax implications on getting the points versus getting Bitcoin and like what they expect, because then you get the Bitcoin, the price goes up, you sell it. Now, do you pay taxes on it? Do you have to pay taxes on the full amount? Or like what's going on there? That would be kind of annoying. But yeah. Yeah. Martingale strategy, guys, doesn't work if the asset can go to zero. That's why Bitcoin. But it's also why the strategy works in RuneScape. Because if an item's on the market, it will never go to zero. It will always be at least one. So when I find things that are one, I buy as many of them as I can. And then I sell them for at least two and double my money. Usually they go up to 4. But yeah. So I'll probably do some programming off stream, as it doesn't seem to be the thing that people are as interested in seeing. Like, I did want to document it all to prove that I was like able to program it, show you guys I'm not lying about this stuff, and that it is actually my strategy I'm using. But at this point, I think we do have enough of that documentation on stream that I could probably just finish up the last little bit of cleanup and stuff, and rather than boring you guys with that, get to the actual meat and potatoes of the content, where we are continuing to test these strategies. So yeah, I will probably get a couple more of these bugs fleshed out this afternoon, but then yeah, tomorrow we'll be back at it. I'm gonna quickly do a nice update here. Why am I doing that with this? Get this out of here. Oh, Mr. Burp, I don't know if you noticed. It's like a minimal thing to notice if you're still here. But the speed of the website, it loads way faster now. That was the last update. I pushed out a couple days ago. Yeah, so when you want to see the latest strats as fast as possible, we got you. Yeah, no worries, Mr. Burp. It's, everyone at their own rate, dude. We're just here to chat and trade. Yeah, I mean, dude, you should write a post about how your thing auto-scaled all the way in. Because that's pretty wild, yeah. I think people will think that's a pretty wild story. But yeah. Alright, Mr. Burp. Dude, yeah, okay. I could see, and then it's like, oh, you have everything. We should just all in here because you have everything to cover it. Yeah. That's pretty wild. You too, Mr. Burp. Hopefully your thing does not auto-scale that hard again. At least not until it's ready. Alrighty. Yeah, I'll catch you guys later.